can go ahead and start. Hello, everybody, in person and on Zoom. My name is Russ Bradley. I am the director of the Santa Rosa Island Research Station. And happy to have you all here, both virtually and in person, and talk about this interdisciplinary field study course teaching in the summer of 2022. We're going to talk a little bit about the island. We're going to talk about the course itself, the application process, and such. So, why don't we go ahead and just do quick introductions of the people who have attended here, and so we can start. You want to start Myra with you in the room? Okay, and Myra, you can introduce yourself too. If, I don't know how to show up on camera.
Okay. Basically, I'm switching it over so we can see the whole, most of the room here.
Okay, great.
So, actually, I guess I can stand up and do this.
Sure.
There we go. Hi, everybody. My name is Myra Leon. I am the student engagement intern for the research station, and I'm helping facilitate today's presentation. If you have any questions about getting involved with the research station on top of with the field school, please reach out to me. I'm in environmental communication, so this is my senior year. I'm graduating in December, so super exciting. I'm doing my capstone with the research station and Crossing the Channel, which is the sister nonprofit. And yeah, that's a little bit about me. And I'll go ahead and turn it over to Eli, and then we'll go around.
Sure, so we can go around, people just say your name, your major, what year you're in, and why you're here, why you're in the program.
Hey guys, my name is Eli. I am technically a super senior, and I am a chemistry major with an ESR minor. Why this really caught my eye was right now I'm doing research for chemistry, and my research has to do with water quality. So I wanted to see if I could possibly collect water samples while I learn about a lot of other things. I just heard that it's a very life-changing experience, so I really wanted to get involved. So that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Hey everyone, I'm Brian. I'm a fifth year right now. I'm an ESR major and I'm a minor in bio. And so I really wanted to do it just because I took field methods last year, and because of everything online, I just never really ever got a chance to do research. So I feel like this would be the best opportunity for it.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Matt Jones. I'm also a ESR major. One of the things that caught my eye for this was just the whole going to the island and just field research. I've never done that outside of the farm, so it'd be very interesting to do.
Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Sidra. I'm a sociology major minoring in anthropology. I haven't gotten to do anything on methods yet. Well, yeah,
Well, thank you.
Sarah, I'm an English major and working on the ESR certificate website. And I was interested because it's like a good experience for the way I like to take my career.
Excellent. Awesome. Thanks very much. So let's try to switch over and go online. And why don't we start with Dr. Ryman?
Hey everybody, what's happening? I am an ESRM major, and maybe can we hear me okay?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll save the rest of my introduction for a little later in the program. But what I will say briefly is that I got to have an experience like we're planning here during my undergraduate, and it literally changed the course of my entire life. So, oh God, there I am. So I hope you all join us. Please let us know your questions. We've been working hard on this for a bunch of years now. So we want to make it awesome for you. And it is going to be really bitching. So thanks for your interest and let us know your questions. And I'm really, really stoked to be here.
Okay, and we apologize to know that some of the introductions you removed may have been hard to hear. But let's just go ahead online with you. We go to Megan Branson.
Sorry, I had to
Hi.
activate myself. Oh, wait, did you say Megan Branson?
Yeah, Megan Branson. I know we have two Megans, so go ahead, Megan Branson.
Okay. I am an ESRM major. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay. I'm an ESRM major. I am a fourth year, and I went to Santa Rosa for one weekend once my freshman year, and I fell in love with it. So I would love to take like a field methods class, you know, but like spending a month on the island.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Megan. Let's go to Jacob Diaz. So one. Well, advise Jacob, see Jacob there. If not, let's send to Oscar. Oscar, show up.
Do you say my name?
Yeah, we got it.
Hello, my name is Oscar Ochoa. My major is ESRM, and I really want to do this opportunity because it'll give me some experience as well as something to add to my resume when it comes to finding a job and this type of work.
Okay, thanks very much, Oscar. Now, what are the other Megan, Megan B? Megan B, no one wants. Oh, there you are.
Hi. Yes. Hello.
Yep.
Hello.
I am, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead.
I am an ESRM major. I'm a third year, and I just saw the opportunity I saw in the ESRM community, and I just thought it'd be a great way to get to know more people in my field. And also, I've been just dying to getting on an island since I was a freshman, so.
Thank you very much, Megan. Let's go to Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm an environmental science major and then a comm minor and a business minor. And I don't know, I just feel like it'd be cool to go to the island for a whole month. Why not?
Thank you very
Dude, it
much.
will be cool. It'll be so cool.
It will definitely be that. Let's go to Carissa.
Hello, I am an anthropology major and I'm in my third year right now, and I just thought it would be really great to have some field experience and kind of represent the anthropology major.
Excellent. Thanks very much. Let's do Kathleen Preston.
Hi, I'm Katie. I'm an anthropology major, and I want to do the field school because my capstone relates to Santa Rosa Island, and I'm a transfer student, so I haven't been able to go. So looking forward to it.
Excellent. Thank you, Katie. How about Jonathan Campbell?
I'm a ESRM major and I'm a first year. And yeah, I also just thought that it would be really cool. Yeah, it'd be a really cool opportunity to spend a month on the island.
Okay, thank you very much. Can we go to Aria, please?
Hi, everybody. I'm Aria. I'm a anthro major at CI. I will be graduating in December, which means that my first year on campus, my first semester on campus, I only got 7 weeks before everything was shut down. And I was told every island trip I would be taking would not be happening. So that was an absolute heartbreaker to have to be all online. So I would love to go to the field school because I've only ever been to Santa Cruz. So I think it's really important to have that opportunity, especially for anthro people and especially for other fields. We all need to work together to preserve the islands and preserve what history we have. And I feel like we can only really do that if environmental science and geology and anthro all work together to help each other identify potential sensitive locations and sites and things like that. So I think it'd be really cool to learn about and learn from everybody and have everybody also learn from the anthro people too.
Thank you very much, Aria. Can you go to Kyla? Kyla, please.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, I'm Kyla. I'm an ESRM. I'm an ESRM major. I'm a first year transfer student at Channel Islands. I think it would be an interesting opportunity because I think interdisciplinary work would be interesting. I really don't know that much about it, and that's why I came, but I hope to learn more.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. We're gonna talk a bit about the island difficulty. So the last person here is Crystal Martinez.
Hi, I came in late, so I don't know what we're talking about. Are we doing introductions?
Yeah, just your name, your major, and why you're attending this session, why you're interested in this program.
So hello, my name is Crystal Martinez. I'm a first year transfer student. My major is biology, and I am here today because I would like to know more about taking this opportunity to do research and to see the Channel Islands for myself.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for navigating this multi-pronged virtual and in person. So I think what we're going to do is switch over. I'm going to do a brief presentation here. I'm just going to talk a bit about the program, and we can share that. So you should be seeing the presentation title slide on Zoom. Is that what we're seeing, Dr. Ryman? You got that?
Yes. Yeah, you're good.
Can you see me as well? Hopefully, eventually. Yeah, okay. Great. Well, thank you everyone so much for coming and attending both in person and online. And so I'm just gonna go through a little bit and talk about the program, and then so we're going to talk a little bit about the Santa Rosa Island program and then get into the field studies aspect. And then Dr. Ryman, you tell me if you want to, or whenever you want to jump in.
I won't be able to help myself.
Yeah, don't worry. You're both passionate about this sort of stuff, so we love to talk about it. Thank you for coming, everyone. This is our second student-related session about the program. So go ahead, Myra, please.
Okay.
So many people talk about having never been down to the Channel Islands before, and these are the Channel National Park, the Park Islands and Northern Channel Islands. These are truly unique and special parts of this area. Two really important things to take away is that this is a global biodiversity hotspot with a diversity of species and habitats being paralleled by 2 places worldwide. And also that diversity is supported by a long and extensive human history that dates back more than 13,000 years of permanent occupation by indigenous people, followed by many other different communities. And so there is a very rich cultural history as well. Go ahead, next slide please. So, Santa Rosa Island. We have a few fun facts here from the general presentation. They have, like many of the Channel Islands, its own species of endemic island fox, that were recovered in recent years. At least 6 endemic plant species, like these 40 pines that are pictured here, that are only found in 2 places. You can go ahead. We're home to a now extinct pygmy mammoth, and there are actually multiple skeletons that have been found on Santa Rosa, but there's incredible paleo history on the island as well. Go ahead. I think, human settlement dates back 13,000 years. And I think we talked about the name of that, or there's many marine species in the surrounding waters, naturally sanctuaries for whales, dolphins, seals, seabirds. And the indigenous name of Shumac on the island was Dima, which is one of those. There's a few different definitions of that name, but one relates to the driftwood that were encountered very important to the indigenous community on the island. So go ahead. We're supposed to hear me okay?
Yeah, there was one person in the chat that was saying that you sound muffled, and I wonder if I should take off the speaker. Maybe that's what I'll
Since we're not doing
I'll try my best, and I am kind of muffled because I'm through a mask.
Is this a better sound now that I turned this off?
So we'll
Maybe
see.
Dr.
I don't know if
Yes.
people.
Yes,
Yeah.
everyone's saying that's much better.
Everyone's saying that. The
Suddenly
sound is
that's
better?
crystal clear.
Okay, we'll do that. So Santa Rosa Island is the second largest island off the coast of California. It's about 84 square miles. So go ahead to the next slide. You can talk a little bit about the research station program that was established in 2014 with the original direction of Cause Hannah. Go ahead. So what do? We support natural and cultural resource research and education. So some of the big sort of important things in the mission of our program is to build inquiry-centered educational partnerships with the diverse, university and community group, working with management agencies, other community partners. We want to engage stakeholders in dissemination and discovery of information. We want to inspire and transform participants in our program and society in general, promote the stewardship of resources, both natural and cultural resources, and encourage a broad sharing of interdisciplinary knowledge. So you go ahead. We have a facility on the island that we operate under cooperative agreement with Channel Islands National Park. So there are 11, I think it's 11 university-run research stations and national parks in the United States. And our university, the youngest and smallest of CSUs, has one of them, which is pretty extraordinary. So the buildings that we operate, the land that we operate on are national park, but we have this unique cooperative agreement where we work closely with them. And we have access to these facilities. We have a bunkhouse and tent cabins that sleep 36 people with communal shared kitchen facilities. Some of you have been out to the island before, many of you have not. There's room for researchers, there's a small laboratory. We have a lot of research associated equipment that is out there on Santa Rosa. You go ahead. And so our programs at the research station, we are a unique microcosm of the university. So we are our own department, and when people have asked you, oh, do you actually go, is the university on the Channel Islands? Most of it isn't, but we are, and this program is an extension of our campus. We support curriculum and research activities of many different programs, many different majors for class trips, for independent research and capstone research, and that's also a whole separate thing. We can talk about that, but there may be some avenues that you're interested in that may apply specifically on that road. And also we support graduate students and trips and researchers from other institutions. Go ahead. And we have our own educational and outreach programming. We do programs with middle and high schools, and we operate a separate physical campus with its own logistical support. Our program has 4 different staff. We in non-COVID times, and as we emerge from COVID, we'll be very busy with regular trips pretty much every weekend during the semester, and probably a fair amount of school program stuff during the weeks as well in the school year. So you can go ahead. And so research looks like a lot of different things, and it looks like you. So there's many different opportunities for student research at the research station in general, even outside of this program within Capstone. These are all Capstone students who've worked on many different things, from microplastics in the air to large tree demography to remotely operated vehicles in the marine protected areas to various vegetation projects to art students in ceramics who did some pretty extraordinary projects out there using inspiration from the island to build sculpture, to build incredible the plates and cups that we eat off that are all inspired by the textures and colors of the island. So it is very interdisciplinary. And
can I jump in, Russ?
Station, my goal is that it is an extension of our university, that there are ways that it can serve many different disciplines. So go ahead. So here's Island Fox out on the islands. This actually may be on Catalina Island, but these are, I think, a few pictures in here that just give you a bit of a sense of what it's like at the research station, being out there with students. Oh, but we jump ahead first. We go, this is a weird picture. This gets to what Dr. Ryman talked about, which is why are we doing this? Why are we faculty here? And so this is a picture from a long time ago. This is a picture from 1997, and that's me in the bottom left corner there. And I know you can't see the other part of my face because I'm wearing a mask, but I'm like, in my senior year of university in Canada, and this was a cohort that I did a 15-credit fall semester at a marine station there on Vancouver Island that's run by 5 universities. And it was a very intensive experience. It was a life-changing experience for me. It's the main reason that I stayed in science. 20-some other students in my senior year, we did 3 credit courses in 3 weeks. We did 3 of them back to back, and we did independent research, and we did seminars and papers, and it was a very powerful experience. And us instructors and faculty who are working on this project are very passionate about the opportunities of intensive programs like this, which is not a full semester, but can work within our system to really provide transformative experiences that are extremely fun, that are very challenging, but can also bring a lot of great skills in experiences.
And so Dr. Raymond actually has his hand up. So,
Yes, he has his hand up. Dr. Ryman.
Ryman.
Yeah, no, we're a little past the flow here. Russ, you were just like getting your groove on, and I had a hard time getting in there. Oh,
I don't know why the sound is not coming out now.
how about now?
Can you understand?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
He can hear us for sure.
Okay.
But for some reason,
Is he muted, or is it some other setting on the computers, or?
I can probably try to turn on the speaker just
Yeah,
while
sure.
he has.
Yeah, let's do that. That's probably because it's still into the speaker. Okay.
How about now?
I can hear you now.
Yes, perfect.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that the opportune moment to chime in has now passed. But I wanted to comment just generally on like what does research look like, and it absolutely does look like all of you, like all of our students at CI have great opportunities, and the island is a particularly cool place to get to do research. And Russ, you put up these pictures of like, folks out in the field, like, hugging trees and getting dirty. But you should all know that, and this is what Russ is starting to get into with his little trip down memory lane here. Part of what makes doing research at field stations extra special is all of the things that you learn and come to understand that happen when you're not literally out, counting fish and hugging trees. And so just because we're at the field station and we're in the field, it doesn't mean that, we're not also looking at data, and it also doesn't mean that we don't also have to eat, right? So we cook together and cleaning up after each other. So there's a lot more than just doing research, and we could talk more about that, I'm sure. Okay, I'll stop.
Thank you. Okay, so you can go ahead and yeah, we'll get into it all. So what are we talking about here? Is this intensive program that involves these 2 courses in ESRM and anthropology on the island in June 2022. So it's a background. This project has been in the works. We were planning to do it in 2020, and we got COVIDed, and then we got COVIDed again, and we are trying to push ahead here. And, it's really exciting because there were these types of programs that have been done in the past at the research station. They've been done with a very minimal amount of students, and they didn't have any other additional funding. We have some other resources that are going to help support this program to bring the cost of it down. But yeah, this is what we're looking at. So this is kind of some of the summary points. Go ahead, Myra. The first point. So what this is that we are looking at this program in June of 2022. 2 classes over almost a month, over 3 weeks on island. This is an interdisciplinary program that we are accepting application for all majors. This focuses on these 2 process and ESRM and anthropology courses. So they're probably mostly ESRM and anthropology majors. This was originally planned for 2000. There's 2 classes that are part of this program, and so all of this information you can get when we show at the end the intent to apply form. It has all this, as well as the full application, which we'll tell you about too. But there's 2 classes. One is this cross-listed ESRM and Anthro 365, which is the natural and cultural history of the Channel Islands. That's a 3-unit course. Then there's also the ESRM 351, which is a requirement for graduation for all of you ESRM majors, which is the field methods monitoring and assessment 4-unit class. People have asked here, when, like, basically you still have to be an active student to be able to register for classes, to take these courses. There are prerequisites. I wouldn't sweat them too much. The first one can be permission of the instructor to grant you access. The field methods does require junior status. So most of our students, I think, are going to be junior and above. So, you know, we can talk about that, but basically, if you are interested, please do put in intent to apply, do apply, and we can talk about the prerequisites. Don't sweat that too much. So go ahead. We are going to have 20 students that are part of this program, and all will take both courses. Included in this class at no charge to students will be a 2-day wilderness first aid course, the 16-hour WFA that will be provided. The instructor will be Matt May of 4 Points Guides, who's a local guiding company, taking the classes through them, very effective, and that's another valuable skill and certification that students will be able to take out of this class with no additional charge. So go ahead. I can't remember us having too many biology majors represented. We had many last time. This is just a heads up that this course is running in June, 7 units. There is another special topics course on island biology that's going to be run primarily for biology majors. It's a 3-credit course. It's going to run in July. That's a completely separate process, but that will be working with biology. That's going to be taught by Drs. Alvarado and Dilly and Von May over there. That has similar kind of structure here, but if folks are interested in that, you can reach out, and there should be more information on that biology program coming up in the next few weeks to a month. But this is separate. So, who are your instructors? So, one is on the computer and one is here. One is not here. So myself, I'm the director of the Santa Rosa Island Research Station. I've been here at Channel Islands for 3 years. I spent most of my career, 20-year career, in marine ecology, conservation, and research, working in island biogeography, working with marine mammals, seabirds, marine ecology. We have Dr. Dan Lyman, who is on the computer chiming in, who has a lot of experience doing this type of work in environmental science. And then we are also working with Dr. Jennifer Perry from anthropology, who is currently in administration. And she is the head of this new unit called for high impact practices and experiential education. But she's been working on the Channel Islands as an archaeologist. She's 18 years old. She is very knowledgeable and passionate about the cultural resources history of the island. And we will all be teaching this course together. And I will be present for the entire duration of the course on the island. So go ahead. So what's involved? What are we talking about here? And we will have time at the end of this to answer anybody's questions for sure. So we're going to start and finish on campus. The majority of the program will be on the island. Some modules will have support from guest instructors. So this is going to be an incredibly exciting opportunity. It's going to be very fun. You're going to be connected to your instructors and your fellow students in a way you've never had them before. This is also going to be very challenging and very testing and very intense and you can say that over and over again, but I don't think you're really going to realize until you're fully in it. This will involve strenuous physical activity, long days conducting research and class activities, often in backcountry settings, potentially harsh weather, living in close proximity with students and instructors, sharing in field camp life duties. So definitely not a vacation, definitely not, hey, I'd love to spend 3 weeks on the island. You will be working every single day. There will be opportunities to make sure that there's, time for people to, make sure their needs are met, but this will be extremely intense. And that's one of the both challenges, but real opportunities in these types of programs. Go ahead, and maybe one more thing on the bottom. There'll probably be group projects conducted in the last week on the island We'll probably have groups on some on the more environmental science-based projects and some more on the cultural research space for the anthropology students as well.
And it looks like Dr. Ryan
Oh, yeah.
has raised his hand again.
He has raised his hand.
Go ahead.
Here comes the warning from Doc about what you're facing.
Am I live?
Yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, like, so that it's like unequivocally clear, make no mistake, you will work your ass off. And that is both, like, that is in large part what makes this experience awesome, right? You will, it's not that you're gonna want to work your ass off. Like that is the inevitable outcome of being in a place like this with an opportunity like this, is it is going to suck you in, whether you like it or not. But just make sure you're prepared for that, because it is going to be a lot of work, long days. And then you have to cook, and then you have to do dishes and clean the toilet. I'm serious. Okay, I'm done for now.
I knew he was gonna use specifically the work your ass off, so I didn't say it, but yes, this is an intense program. It's full on, and everyone needs to fully understand that. Anyone who thinks you're gonna have huge swaths of time to sit on the beach out there, that ain't happening. You'll get to go to all kinds of cool beaches to do different work, but this is an intense program. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be exciting, but it's gonna be a hell of a lot of work. And if that is uncomfortable to you or causes to raise a flag, I would seriously consider that this may not be the program for you. So go ahead, next one. So what are we looking at here? How is this actually going to work? You're going to be in the first block of the summer session, extended university summer session. We'll talk about that in a second and how that all works. We're going to start on campus June 1st to 3rd. That's a Wednesday to Friday here, where we will have programs, orientation stuff at the university. We'll get gear together. We do a huge shop on that Friday. Then we go on the boat, the Island Packers boat out to the island on June 4th. And myself and the 20 students, we are going to be on the island from that Friday to Monday, June 27th at the research station. There's no coming off for a weekend here or there. You're going to be there for it's like 3 weeks in a day, or it's like 3 weeks and 2 days, basically. Then we have 2 final days where we do some wrap up and presentations on campus before we are done. So what does this cost? So there is a private donor support, and this is something that I'm really passionate about, and like seeing how they did this program before. They were able to make it work, but it was very duct tape and baling wire and a lot of expectations on students. There is private funding that will cover all operational costs for this. What that means is, includes actually even, we're going to include during those 3 days, like on campus housing and food, transportation, the boat transportation to the island, food and housing on the island, the wilderness first aid course, research supplies, equipment, etc. Go ahead. The students are responsible for the tuition costs. So this is extended university. So that summer, I don't know if many of you are familiar with this, the tuition rates are much higher in the summer than they are throughout the year. So the pure tuition costs, and this is down from the previous session because they kept the rates the same, it's going to be close to $2,700 per person. Now, go ahead as well. There are, recognizing that the financial elements of this are going to be a big issue for a lot of people. They're part of the private donor funding is also supporting multiple tuition scholarships. So there will be 3 full tuition scholarships that will be awarded to strong candidates with demonstrated strong financial need. That is, there's an additional application in that. That's proved with the financial aid, but that for those students will cover all their tuition costs. There will also be several 7 to 9 partial merit-based scholarships that we awarded them, cover 1/3 of the tuition costs. So actually, it's probably the majority of students are going to have some form of aid for the tuition. And then this is just a heads up for any of our students and transfer students who are military veterans. You should make that clear in your application because your regular GI Bill support will cover this tuition. So veteran students are actually not eligible for those scholarships because their GI Bill stuff will cover this tuition. Go ahead. So how does this work if you're interested in applying? So right now, and we will show the QR code for this. We have the right one this time. The previous session we didn't have the right one. Caused a lot of confusion. Open right now and has been for a while is a very short form that takes you like 3 minutes to complete. It's called Intent to Apply. This, you're going to see there's a QR code that will come up. You can scan on your phone. This is just basic information about yourself. Some of the things that we talked about. I understand this is what this would mean. And that your intent to put in a full application. That puts you in a group that we can send communications out to, keep you up to date with any aspects of this program. If you are interested, I encourage you to do that right away. Starting very soon, in less than 2 weeks, November 1st, and we will send the link out to everyone who has filled out intent to apply. The full application period will open. This will be another online-based series forms, much larger, but this will require you to fill out the full application, include a cover letter, your resume or CV, transcripts, names of some references, and for the folks who want to apply for scholarships, the scholarship application. So this will be open for like 2 months, basically. November, December, I know in the past we had some issues closing around finals, but once we get to this period, that is a hard cutoff date after New Year's. By the first day of spring semester, the selected students and alternates will be announced, and that will give you all some opportunities. Some people say who need the field methods class to graduate, and they want to make sure they have it, so you may register for it for the spring. If you need to make spring class adjustments based on you getting accepted or not getting accepted in this, you will know by the beginning of the spring semester, so you can make those changes to your classes. So this is the intent to apply QR code. So folks online and here, I recommend that you just scan that. You don't have to fill it out right now. We'll definitely answer any questions you might have. But this, if you're interested in this, I would fill out this form in the next day or two. Read right now with the today with just this shows your interest. This puts you into a database where you will be contacted with any and all information about the program, and the full application is going to open up again pretty soon, within 2 weeks. And I think we can briefly go. I think the last one is just like my email. So you could just leave the QR code up. So let's go ahead and go back to the QR code, just so it's out there. So this is like a real brief introduction, but please fill out the intent to apply, and we're happy to answer any specific questions. And I think what I might do is to start within the room, and then we'll go ahead and I'll repeat the question too before. So any questions that people in the room have at this time on what you've seen so far? Yes, go ahead. Okay, so there's a question about what specific field methods will we be doing on the island. So this is in the field methods class, and Dr. Ryman talked about this too. This is, a lot of that similar stuff that's done there, but so learning about observational data collection, writing in notebooks, doing observational surveys, using research tools. So from transect tapes to binoculars. I've spent most of my career in avian ecology. I'm going to teach you how to, I don't care if you don't know what the names of birds are. I don't know what the names of all the birds are, but how to use tools like binoculars, how to find animals, how to survey them, how to count things, which seems pretty straightforward, but can be challenging. A variety of different methods using GIS and spatial. There'll be some elements that will pertain to the site-specific assessment that's done in cultural resources as well, but a lot of the things that are along the same, within the same realm of quadrat surveys, those all these sort of like field-specific methods using locating yourself, GPS, compass, all these sorts of things, and Dr. Ryman can chime in more if he wants, but It is going to be a variety of observational and, you know, using various, you know, technologies to collect data, to do observations, and then with the group-based projects, there will be, you know, those are only going to be for like a week. So we will have the expectations that are relevant to that, but there are some, like, we even have some set up, you know, right now that involve, you know, ideas about surveying green seabirds that are, you know, there's a cormorant colony of this one cliff at the end of Lobo Canyon that I think would be great to do a little mapping and assessment for some students there. There's a variety of other potential projects. Dr. Ryman has some too, some ideas on this. So a lot of different stuff. Did you have another question?
I'll just bring the slide. I think I got answered. Shouldn't we have to pay the tuition before the summer, before it starts?
Yeah, so but basically for the folks that, yes, I think you will have to pay your tuition before the class, before the beginning of the summer session. So this comes like right after the very, very end of spring and graduation. But we will figure out more of the specific details on that, and we'll have information on the like scholarship things and like who has to pay what by the beginning of the spring. So.
And then I have Dr. Ryman has a question, so.
Sure.
Yeah, so for folks that have specific questions about the, in particular, ESRM 351 field methods, I'd be happy to share with you the syllabus. And Russ is correct, there'll be some things from the normal syllabus that we can't do on the island, but that's because there's some things we're not allowed to do on the island because it's a national park. But we'll still talk about those sampling techniques, right? So you'll get a full introduction to how the really huge diverse skill set of what it takes to go out into the field and characterize an ecosystem and human effects on it. That's what that class is about.
Cool. Thank you very much. Other questions in the room? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm curious about the direct.
I just am curious.
Yeah, so the basic thing again is the natural culture history of the Channel Islands there's a prereq on there. I don't know, I think it's conservation biology or something. It doesn't even seem totally applicable. That can be permission of the instructor. The only really, the other one for the field methods, the ESRM 351 is junior standing. So are you a junior? You're a senior, so yeah, you would be eligible for that. Other questions in the room?
I have a question.
In the chat,
Okay.
everybody has questions.
Sure, yeah, any questions? People can either raise their hand or go ahead and enter in the chat.
If you're gonna raise your hand, let us know. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna turn on the speaker.
Sure.
So you can hear them.
Okay, great.
All right, go ahead, Oscar.
Yeah, I have a question. It says here the one of the things that you have to apply for the application was resumes and references. Is there anything on that? It's like, what happens if you have you don't know what to put on the resume or references?
Yeah. So the question was,
what's included in like resume if you haven't done before and references. So for the references, and Dr. Ryman can chime in here too. I think we're not requiring the full, like you don't require a full letter. You could attach one if you have it, but you know, at least two names of references, at least one that's a CI professor who you've been in class with. You can talk about your work and character. Your resume, even if you haven't had a lot of experience in this field specifically, you can talk about your own experiences, your work experiences. So I've encountered this, that a lot of people think that certain work experiences say that they want to become a field biologist, and therefore that they shouldn't list any experience in their resumes that isn't field biology. And I can tell you, as someone who has evaluated hundreds and hundreds of resumes and hired a lot of interns and entry-level people, skills that relate to work ethic, supervision, responsibility, following through, working with other people,
Strong writing skills.
presentation skills, like all these basic things are extremely important in all fields, including this one.
Okay.
Outdoor experience as well, which is not, again, not totally necessary, but yeah, basically things that can talk about your work ethic, or willing to follow through with your commitments. All of those things are very important, and we may, in the full application thing, include a little bit in
Okay. Say for example,
we have one in the room, or do you want to keep going on the?
Let's do one in the room and then we'll go into the
Yeah.
chat.
Okay, go ahead.
When you're looking at the transcripts, are you guys looking for a certain GPA, or does it
No.
not matter?
No, so the transcripts, we want to know what courses people have taken, and the transcripts and the GPA they do come under consideration. And Dr. Ryan, you can chime in here too, but we went through this whole process before. Part of this whole thing is creating opportunities for some folks who normally wouldn't be able to experience this. So yes, we are looking at transcripts, but there is no cutoff GPA, and that there are people with GPAs that are not, considered, among the highest tier, who will definitely be seriously considered for this program and be admitted if you're, as long as you're sort of aligned and you're ready to commit. So that is part of the evaluation, but there is no cutoff or minimum GPA.
And so we'll go into the chat right now. So Aria had a question. She says, if we're already applied for graduation, are we allowed to come back and then apply to the field school? And then I believe this would be related to the next question. As a senior and planning on graduating in spring of 2022, will I still be eligible to apply and attend? And would I have to change my graduation date to summer 2022?
Yeah. So I'll let Dr. Ryman follow me here too, because we've had conversations about this, but.
He raised his hand, so that's probably.
Perfect. Do you want to, or I can talk to you, but Dan, you can go ahead and take this first if you want.
Yeah, you would need to change. Am I good? Am I live? Yeah, you would need to change your graduation date, but that's just easy. That's just paperwork. One thing you should pay attention to is whether or not you're going to be coming up on a final unit cap, right? There's some rules about how many units you need to have and how many units you can have. I'm the faculty advisor for ESRM, but if other students and other programs are interested, we can still look at your car, make an appointment with me. We can look at your car report and sort of find the answers to these questions. One thing that you should all know is that so that you can plan your spring semesters and deal with these kinds of questions, we will let you know, we will announce sort of the acceptances and the wait list, the alternates for the program before the start of the spring term. So you'll have time to maybe make some enrollment changes in the spring if you are accepted. It means you wouldn't have to say take ESRM at 351 in the spring because you'd be taking it in the summer. So if you have detailed specific questions about your circumstances, don't hesitate to make an appointment with me. We can workshop them or figure it out. But you'll have plenty of time to figure it out. You will have to change your graduation date. But I had a summer graduation date when I finished college, and it won't set you back.
All right.
We're the only two I saw in the chat, is unless there's anybody else that would like to.
Yeah. Any other questions for the chat or online?
Yeah, those are the only ones I saw.
Okay.
Anybody in person?
Any other questions here? Yeah, go ahead.
This is pre-section. Like I said, I took COVID before fall 2020 online. Was there any way to look around that?
So I will put this to Dr. Ryman. So we have someone in person who took field methods online in 2020, and it sounds like he'd be willing to take it again to just basically get more experience. So for those folks who did the fully virtual field methods, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, and I actually had just raised my hand to address this. I just raised my hand to address this precise issue. There's nothing that formally prevents you from taking a class twice. I think you can keep the higher grade in the end. I'm not sure if you have to keep the second grade, if that makes sense. But you should still apply. You should know that when we're reviewing applications, we are going to sort of be considering students' needs for the courses as a criteria. And so but don't let that keep you from applying. If you hit it out of the park in other areas of your application, like, we'd love to have you back. I think the thing that you need to know is that, you know, in particular, summer tuition can be more expensive for students than academic year tuition. And so if you're taking a class a second time, like, you're paying for it a second time. So that's just something for you to consider. But if I were you and I'd already taken the class, I'd still be applying to take it again. So.
Yeah, no, it will definitely be than that, for sure, but Dr. Ron is very right on the cost, because the cost per credit unit in the summer is like $355. So it is a lot more like that. Question. Any other questions at this point? Everyone sees the QR code. You can put it on intent to apply. There will be a notification that goes out to that group on November 1st, the Monday when this will open. The full application will be open for 2 months, which is a lot of time and more than enough time to have everyone be able to meet that goal. The evaluations will be made during winter break in January by us, the faculty and instructors. And yeah, we are really excited about this program. Thank you for coming. Thanks for the interest. This kind of thing is like one of the main reasons that I took this job and wanted to come to CI. And I know Dr. Hyman feels the same way. And we are super excited about this opportunity. So if this seems something that is interesting to you and that you understand the commitment that is going to be required, and you want to spend 29 days with me, we really encourage you to apply. Everyone is like, should I apply? Yes, you should apply. As long as you, as long as you are, meeting the overall goals, even the experience of that is going to be very good for you. There's a question about resumes and stuff. Putting together your resumes and an application is a great skill that you're going to need in all different aspects. But please apply. Again, we will select 20 students. We will select alternates as well as their name and and just when we do announce, we'll have this in the other application stuff. But we'll want decisions from people pretty quickly so that we can fill and finalize that. So yes, you are.
Was the history of the channel house, right?
Yeah, natural and cultural history of the channel.
Does that count as one of the upper GEs for social sciences?
I think so. It's cross-listed. That one is cross-listed with ESRM and anthropology. So I would think so. It's an upper division anthropology class. Right. I can, if you are interested, you can email me and I can, or you can connect with the. There'd be a question for. It's not or you're talking about a general social science requirement. Right?
Yeah, like the upper G's.
Yeah, it is. It's a 300 level. It's an upper division anthropology class. So yes.
But it is not.
And Dr. Raymond is ready to stand down.
It is not. Just to clarify, though, it does not satisfy an upper division general education requirement.
Oh, it doesn't?
It certainly may. So both class. So for example, in ESRM, 365 will satisfy an upper division elective within the major. For students in anthropology or biology, you have to check your program requirements to see whether it is listed as an upper division elective. Like, in other words, will this class fill an upper division elective, or either class? So you need to double check that if you're not in ESRM. But it does. They do not fill the UDGE upper division general education code. So it depends on on the requirements of your major. And those are things, if you want to come and meet with me, we can go through those.
And you know, you're a major, right? Yeah, I will check this out, and basically, we're not gonna go about this class, but it's still science requirements. Basically, we have.
You're welcome. Anything else, last call? Thank you, everyone, very much. Please fill out the intent to apply. This lets us know who you are, allows us to communicate with you. Within about 10 days here, we are going to open just after Halloween, we're going to open the full application process. We encourage everyone to apply. And yeah, happy to
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, just to clarify too, if you need the QR code later, if you lose it, I will put this link and to the QR code or to the intent to apply on our Padlet, which will be available. I put it in the chat.
Yeah.
So it's in the chat. Make sure to save that link. And if you ever lose that on our Instagram, the link in bio has the Padlet that will have the intent to apply code on there as well. Yes.
Great. Okay. Thank you, everybody, very much. And people who are interested in the research station in general, we check out our Instagram page, our student speaker series that Myra runs. There's other opportunities for student research and engagement, volunteering and such. So thank you for your interest.
We'll close out. I think, did Dr. Ryman, did you also, your hand is still up, so I just wasn't sure if he was.
I just forgot to put it down.
Hold on one sec.
No, I was just saying, I forgot to put it down. There's no gravity with the Zoom raised hand, so they just stay up there forever.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Hey, everybody, thank you for your interest and for coming. We're really, really fired up about this, and I look forward to working with you.
Me too. Thank you very much.